Hello everybody and welcome back to a new video on my channel. And today is not only the first video that I'm only going to do in the English version, because most of you haven't seen my last video, but in my last video in the update #001 I explained that I am not continuing with the German version videos, and from now on it's until I decide in the future that I want to bring back the German videos. There won't be any, except maybe some German gameplay of some older games, as I talked about in the last video. If you haven't seen it, check it out. I will maybe remember to pop a link down below in the description box. And yeah, today I want to talk to you about not Hot Wheels. In the last couple of days, weeks and even months, I mostly talked about Hot Wheels, Matchbox and Metal overall, and I never got back to Lego, Burago and Majorette, for example. And yeah, since these are still really great diecast brands, I think we should pay attention to some of these from time to time. And yeah, let's start off with the Lego one, which is actually the Speed Champions Ferrari F40, and this is the newer version. I have the old version. Wait, I can pull it out from my showcase really quickly. Come over here, come on. Yes, thank you. Good boy. Here is the old version of the Ferrari F40. Back then it was actually the Ferrari F40 Competizione, but if you swap the spoiler for the red part, it changed the hood layout, because if you take this out you can literally swap the hood really easily. And yeah, if you swap this and took off the front splitter, it became pretty much a regular Ferrari F40. Now why did they do a second version not too long ago? I think this Speed Champions is from last year, from 2024, or even, is it already 2024? Why? I can't build Lego, I'm sorry guys. Yeah, it's again really hot, so I can't even think straight right now. Anyways, so why did they decide to make a newer version of the Ferrari F40 in the Lego style? And because, first of all, back then the Speed Champions was a 6 stud wide, as you can count, models, which made it not possible to put in a lot of detail. These are now the newer ones in the 8 stud wide version, which allows Lego to put in way more detail on these cars. Now, about Lego as a company, I don't really have much to say, except that I love most of what they are doing. Now, to be honest, I only collect the cars from Lego Technic, like the Koenigsegg Jesko Absolute, the McLaren MP4, and some Speed Champions like the McLaren Solus GT and McLaren F1 double pack. These two Speed Champions Ferrari F40s and the Nissan Skyline GTR R34 Fast and Furious. And I think I have, no, that's pretty much all of them. But I actually plan on getting some more models in the future, because Lego has a very interesting collab between the game Asphalt Legends Unite, which I'm uploading very regularly on my channel. I love the game. I played that game for 2.5 years, almost on a daily basis, and on a competitive level as well. And yeah, well, where was my point? Yeah, and they brought out some really interesting models, both in game and in the real life. For example, the Chevrolet Corvette Stingray, the S Modern Valkyrie, and now I think this is the 3rd model, and we get a 4th model later on in August as well. Is the Ferrari FXXK and the Lamborghini Revo Alto. Now the Lamborghini Revo Alto and the 2 other, the Corvette and Valkyrie, we have already in the game. The Ferrari we will get in the middle of August, I think on the 12th we will get it. So if you are watching my gaming content as well, you maybe should subscribe to see that. And yeah, I will probably get the Ferrari because I wanted to for so long to start collecting these, but yeah, I actually didn't get a chance yet to get one of these, and buying online they go for absolutely insane prices, way more than you can find them in stores. And yeah, but hey, Lego, it's a slim chance you're watching this, maybe send me one of these. I even greatly take all of them. I'm greedy, I know, but yeah, I like Lego. I like the collab between Lego and the game I love. So yeah, maybe I'm the perfect guy for a collab, guys. What do you think? Yeah, anyways, let's get back to the topic of today's video. Lego is one of those, I wouldn't call immediately diecast brands you can collect, but sure, if you like cars, Lego is one of the sources as well. They have from the Ford Bronco over a Ford F-150 to even trucks. They have pretty much everything your heart desires, so yeah. Now I know there are also competitors next to Lego like Kada, Kobe, and so on. Blue Bricks, and yeah, they are great as well. And yeah, now onto the next diecast brand, which is actually a diecast brand, Burago. Now many of you probably are familiar with this brand because many of you maybe collected already or have seen people collect it. I'm one of these people who tries to collect Burago next to Hot Wheels, Matchbox, Majorette, and so on. And yeah, Burago, I can't even speak their name right. Burago, I'm gonna just pronounce it German because it makes it easier for me and you still know what I mean. Burago is a really nice brand. Yes, the models are a bit more expensive than a Hot Wheels, but they come in different sizes of 124, 118, and so on. And this Ferrari F300 is actually a really well done model by them. Now all of these are sadly some stickers they put on that you don't put on, but I have some which are actually, where do I have one that's, I had one which was going off, this one. Over here, if the lightning picks it up, this corner over here, you can see if I put pressure on it, I'm gonna tear it off, which I obviously don't want. And yeah, it's a nice brand nonetheless, and nice cars that they produce for sure. But yeah, Hot Wheels can print on model, so Burago, I would love to see you do this as well. This sticker version I don't really like because it leaves also a huge space for the machine to put on these stickers in the very wrong place. And yeah, let's look at this Ferrari in detail really quickly. Burago was actually in the 1 in 64 scale the brand to collect if you wanted to get Ferraris in the scale of 1 to 64. Obviously because Hot Wheels lost it from 2013, 2014 till now. And yeah, now I don't know if Burago stays the same in terms of famous acknowledgements among collectors for Ferrari models, but yeah, another, I as you may have guessed, I love the Ferrari F40. It's one of the, in my opinion, one of the best cars you could see on the road in the 1990s, 1980s. I think this is an 87's model. Ferrari F40 1987. So yeah, obviously Burago, except on Formula 1 cars, obviously makes cars with opening ports. Sadly, this one doesn't stay up, so either I would have to display it like this, or I would need to place like a toothpick onto here so I could look at it whenever I want. But yeah, nice details nonetheless. And yeah, actually you can take apart Burago's cars really easily actually. So they are also really famous for example, those restoration channels which take like these 1 in 24, 1 in 18s, 1 in 18 scale cars and restore them in a video. So these cars are really famous for them actually, which is pretty interesting. The steering wheel actually moves a little bit with the steering. All of the cars obviously come with steering, at least the two that I have, so yeah. Really interesting. Love it actually. And here you can see you can remove the screws actually pretty easily. Just keep track of where you got them. So yeah. Back to my topic of love for the F40. The Ferrari F40 is for me personally one of the best Ferrari models Ferrari has ever released in real life. Obviously the LaFerrari and Enzo is up there as well, and some others as well. But the Ferrari F40 has still somewhat of a special place for me in my heart, because back when I was a little child, I saw a Ferrari F40 on the road, and it was actually my first ever Ferrari I ever saw. And how could I then not fall in love at that moment? And yeah, owning one in real life is obviously going towards a chance of less than 0, because these cars are really expensive and there are not many left in the world. But yeah, just sitting in one, maybe going in a drive in one, even on the passenger side, absolutely dream for me. But yeah, it's still a dream. Who knows if it ever will become true, but let a guy dream, right? Yeah. Anyways, let's go on to the last brand for today, which is Majorette. Yes, you could technically call it Majorette as well, but that's just a very German pronounced name, so maybe many of you maybe couldn't use that very much because you wouldn't even know what I'm talking about. But yeah, Majorette is pretty much Hot Wheels and Matchbox in one. Now, why? Majorette, you don't really, at least where I live, you don't really find very cheap models, in price terms cheap. For example, as a Hot Wheels mainline, they are mostly in the 5 to 15 euros span. Obviously, the 5 packs you can get of the Majorettes, which they are doing, are like 20 or 25 euros. Depends on which website or in which store you are looking at it. And yeah, Majorette not only does road and race cars, but yeah, maybe I should go back to the topic where I said it's a combination of Hot Wheels and Matchbox. Hot Wheels obviously because they are also doing mostly 1 in 64. I think Majorette also does some 1 in 24 or 1 in 32 scale cars, but 90% of their production is in 1 in 64. And why Matchbox? Because you probably know Matchbox has a moving parts series, and almost all Matchbox Majorette cars come with opening parts, if they obviously aren't again Formula E, Formula 1 cars, because these cars don't have opening parts like a door. So yeah, I still collected nonetheless because the mod is on sale, and obviously because I also said Matchbox and Hot Wheels in a combination, because for the relatively mid price of 5 to 10 euros, you will get almost always details all around the car. I don't have a Majorette car in my collection that hasn't all details all around of itself. So yeah, there are even some little prints like these, which you actually, maybe I should take the gold one, maybe that's like better to look at. See, they, as on the rear car, they are placing it everywhere. I actually don't remember from which series. It's the Season 5 Gen 2 car, but I don't know from which year exactly it is. Was this 2022 or 2021? To be honest, I can't remember, so if you know, please let me know in the comments. And yeah, also one thing that makes Majorette, in my opinion, unique compared to Matchbox and Hot Wheels is almost all of their car have some sort of suspension. Now obviously again, not all of them, but most of them. And yeah, on Hot Wheels, I think you can't actually find Hot Wheels cars with working suspension. If I'm wrong, please correct me in the comments, obviously. Matchbox, I'm not too sure. I think I had in my childhood 1 or 2 Matchbox cars which had suspension. So I'm not gonna talk about Matchbox in that topic. I'm not gonna say a judgment about it, because I simply don't know, and I would have to do some research. And yeah, where was my point? I'm sorry guys, it's so hot, I can barely hold my point. I am wondering how I am at over the 17-minute mark already, probably because 50 minutes of this I didn't even talk about the cars on screen. So yeah, I know I technically made 2 videos this week already, but as I said multiple times already, if I have the time and want to do more, I am gonna do more than 2 videos per week, but I want to do a bare minimum of 2 videos per week. Long form videos, shorts are not counting for me. Shorts are something I'm gonna sit down, record it for 2 seconds, and I'm done with 1 day of shorts. 1 short a day, which is not even 1 minute long, doesn't take me like more than an hour to record, edit, and upload. So, and make a title and put it. Yeah, no, it doesn't take me too long for a short. Long form videos are obviously way longer than that in terms of all the stuff like research, editing, uploading, and so on. And yeah, now it's time for you guys. Let me know in the comments if you actually collect other brands next to Hot Wheels and Matchbox. For example, Majorette, Burago, Lego, maybe even Inno64, Mini GT, Kaido House, Pop Race, Auto World, Poster Cars, whatever else there is out there in terms of diecast brands. I know there are a lot, and I actually love that there are a lot out there, because that results in some kind of not concurrence. How do you say it in English? Competition between the brands, because obviously every brand wants to make the best model for their ages they are making their products for example 18 plus or below 18 kids. So yeah, this is from a consumer side, this is good, because this makes the cars over the time better and better, which is great. Don't get me wrong. And yeah, as long as the competition is healthy, there's no one saying anything against it. And yeah, with this, I would like to end the video at this moment. Thank you so much for watching until the end. Let me know in the comments what else you collect. And then I thank you for watching until the end. If you enjoyed, please consider liking and subscribing. I would love to hit 250 subscribers before the end of August. And then, yeah, I wish you a very wonderful day ahead. Today is Sunday. I wish you a wonderful week. We see each other in the next video. Until then, have a wonderful time. Bye bye.